Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Savira Umuhani Yahya. Our group will explain an analysis of poetry Spring and All by William Carlos Williams. Is a member of the group. Poet biography. This is a short biography William Carlos Williams. William Carlos Williams was born in 1883 at Rutherford, New Jersey. He started writing poetry while a student at Horace Mann High School. William began his career by publishing a small magazine, and he embarked on a prolific career as a poet, novelist, essayist, and playwright. His influence as a poet spread slowly during the 20s and 30s, overshadowed, he felt, by the immense popularity of Eliot's "The West Land". However, his work received increased attention in the 1950s and 1960s as younger poets. His major works include Cora in Hell, Spring and All, Pictures from Bruegel, and other poems. The five-volume epic Patterson and Imagination. William's health began to decline after a heart attack in 1948 and series of strokes, but he continued writing up until his death in New Jersey in 1963.
Spring and All by William Carlos Williams. By the road to the contagious spiral, under the surge of the blue, mottled clouds driven from the northeast, a cold wind. Beyond the west of broad, muddy fields, brown with dried weeds, standing and falling. Patches of standing water, the scattering of tall trees. All along the roads the reddish, purplish, forked, upstanding, twingy, stuff of bushes and small trees, with dead, brown leaves under them, leafless vines, lifeless in appearance, sluggish, just spring approaches. They enter the new world need, cold, uncertain of all, save that they enter, all about them, the cold, familiar wind. Now the grass, tomorrow the stiff corn of field carrot leaf. One by one objects are defined. It quickens, clarity outline of leaf. But now the stark dignity of entranced still, the profound change has come upon them. Rooted, they grip down and begin to awaken.
Spring and All by William Carlos Williams. Okay everyone, my name is Zahratun Ainun and that is the text of the poem. Our group chose this poem because Spring and All by William is unique poem. At the first we read it, we are easy to visualize the scenery the author described in the poem. Furthermore, this poem has simple diction. However, after we read for several times, our impression toward the poem have changed. Spring and All is a simple poem but has very deep meaning about life.
the poem. The poem begins with the road which is can travel to a continuous hospital. Along the road, one is able to see all manner of dying plant life. Much of it is unrecognizable as what it used to be. Bushes have become twigs. There are also muddy fields and pools of standing water in the distance. At the end of the poem, the tone of the poem changed. It mentioned in the last line of the poem, they creep down and begin to awaken. That means hope something better. In brief, the poem life is not good, but otherwise everything is also not all bad. The plant life will leave the desolate past and enter into a more promised future, just like the word at the end of the World War One. The speaker wants to describe how the ideas of life and death can be seen in transition from winter to spring. The next slide will explain by my friend.
And then, poet's life connection. William Williams' poem Spring and All entitled his own of image what spring really is. For most people, springtime is a time that new life is born and the weather is warmer. To Williams, spring is not an instant release of this change to its beautiful state, but a slow and gradual one. William Williams takes spring and correlates it to how it really develops at a slow rate. His connection to nature is deep science. He gives a true and beautiful explanation of this event. Overall, he takes this session and allows reader to think of it in a new light and to appreciate what nature goes through to achieve the beauty that we admire.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Reka imatul qusna. I will continue our group presentation. In this slide, I will discuss about imagery, symbol, and tone. Now, the first is imagery. Spring and All by William Carlos Williams has visual imagery in almost all of its stanzas. It makes the reader easy to visualize the poem. Here is some examples. First is the blue mottled clouds in line 2 until 3. And the next is the reddish purplish forked upstanding twiny stalk of bushes and small trees with dead brown leaves in line 9 until 12. The next is symbol. The main symbol in this poem is spring. Spring is the symbol of new beginning, new life, and hope. And next is tone. The poem Spring and All has two different tones. At the first, it contains somber tone, but at the end, the tone of the poem changes become hopeful. The somber tone can be identified by several words such as dried weeds in line 6, dead brown leaves in line 12, leafless pines in line 13, lifeless in appearance line 14, and so on. And so the hopeful tone by words profound change in line 25 and began to awaken in line 27. Let's go to the next slide. In this slide, we have figure of speech. Personification. Circus, this spring approaches. In line 14 until 15. The words slickis, and disc usually apply to humans, and when they are used to describe an object, like spring, that's called personification. Next is the last slide. It's about rhyme. Spring and All is a free verse poem. It has no regular meter and doesn't rhyme. So this is the ending of our presentation. Thank you for watching, and if you have any question or comment towards our presentation, let us know by comment in the CP chat. We will try our best to respond. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.